They lied when they joined the Pan-Galactic Federation, pretending to have left their violent tendencies behind. Their mercenaries alone participated in every major conflict among the galactic superpowers, and their armies were among the most skilled at eliminating interstellar pirates. They deceived everyone when they claimed they had little to offer a galaxy that had far surpassed their technology. Human scientists, however, infiltrated every nation, every research facility, and every university. Although their contributions weren't groundbreaking, their speed and efficiency accelerated technological progress in ways not seen since the great convergence of minds hundreds of cycles ago. They lied again when they claimed that galactic politics were too complex, too tangled, to ever form a peaceful bloc. Yet their diplomats, always resolutely neutral, became a common sight across the galaxy, healing bruised egos and steering governments away from displays of power. Their efforts helped to ease the worst excesses of the proxy wars between the great superpowers. They lied when they downplayed the threat of the Ravagers, claiming that if only the two major superpowers would cease their pointless infighting and unite, they'd have more than enough soldiers and resources to fend off the swarm. Their famed diplomacy failed them, and the galaxy descended into 1,000 petty disputes, only to be swallowed by the fatal embrace of the Ravagers. They lied to me too when they came to my system, offering aid and protection. They took my parents to fight as soldiers and left me stranded in a refugee camp many systems away. It wasn't long before I heard the news my homeworld, like so many others, had been consumed. No survivors. The lamentations in the camp lasted for countless cycles after that. They lied when they said the camp was temporary. Local cycles stretched into standard cycles, and still we were stuck there in what became increasingly permanent accommodations. Ration centers turned into cafeterias, and tents were replaced with brick-and-mortar buildings. They even built schools to keep our minds busy as the waiting dragged on. They lied about the purpose of the newly deployed Marine Regiment. It wasn't just for our protection. From them, we learned so much more, like how to swear, play baseball, and even chew gum. Their school became boring compared to what the Marines could teach us. They lied when they said the Marines would frighten us, a peace-loving species. They were loud, brash, and prone to unnecessary fights, but they were also kind and eager to spend their little free time with us. My best friend, Sergeant Mira Talon, lied as well when she said she wouldn't always be around to play. She never missed a baseball game and was always there after every failed test. Even when she was punished for her actions, she stayed by my side. But the humans lied once more when they said the camp wouldn't be found. The Ravagers came for us after only a few cycles, and the news of lost ground and the constant roar of medical shuttles filled our lives. They lied about the camp's safety too, claiming it was fortified and well defended. The Ravagers, an insatiable horde, didn't care about their own losses so long as their hunger was fed. The camp burned soon enough, our fragile new home destroyed by bioacid and volatile compounds. Sergeant Mira lied again, telling me I'd be safe if I just stayed still inside the rations locker. I'll never forget the shift from the sharp bark of her sidearm to the swearing and awful tearing sounds. I don't know how long I hid in that dark locker before the deafening roar of rifles outside finally pulled me back. When the door opened and the Marines dragged me out, I saw that Mira had lied one last time. She always said she was the toughest bug killer this side of the Milky Way. But there she was, lifeless, her pistol jammed, her broken body reaching for a knife she couldn't grasp. They lied when they said I'd forget, that we'd escape the Ravagers again. That day remains with me, in my memories, in my nightmares. No medicine, human or otherwise, could ever take it away. Many cycles later, when I'd reached my prime, they lied again, saying I'd never pass the fitness exam. I did. They lied about boot camp being impossible too. The human simulation of hell was insufficient to break me. They said killing Ravagers was hard. It wasn't. It was easy. It felt right. And now, as I stare up at the sky, avoiding the sight of my own shattered body, the Marine medic beside me, wearing the red cross, swears I'll be fine. But there's no shuttle coming for me. I clutch the dog tags around my neck, mine and Mira's. As I see her smiling face in my mind, offering me peace in my suffering. They lied about many things, but one truth always stood out: humans are strong. Their Death World origins forged them into compact, powerful beings with few species capable of matching their strength. They thrive in environments that would kill others, and their bodies recover with remarkable speed. That was my first task to match their strength. I lost count of the hours spent running laps, lifting weights, and pushing myself to the brink of exhaustion. Though I never quite equaled them, I never gave up. Relentless training carried me through adolescence, and eventually I passed human standard fitness tests. They are strong of mind as well, capable of incredible focus and multitasking. They don't dwell on failure, their minds heal as quickly as their bodies. Sergeant Mira lied again, telling me I'd be safe if I just stayed still inside the rations locker. I'll never forget the shift from the sharp bark of her sidearm to the swearing and awful tearing sounds. I don't know how long I hid in that dark locker before the deafening roar of rifles outside finally pulled me back. When the door opened and the Marines dragged me out, I saw that Mira had lied one last time. She always said she was the toughest bug killer this side of the Milky Way. But there she was, lifeless, her pistol jammed, her broken body reaching for a knife she couldn't grasp. They lied when they said I'd forget, that we'd escape the Ravagers again. That day remains with me, in my memories, in my nightmares. No medicine, human or otherwise, could ever take it away. Many cycles later, when I'd reached my prime, they lied again, saying I'd never pass the fitness exam. I did. They lied about boot camp being impossible too. The human simulation of hell was insufficient to break me. They said killing Ravagers was hard. It wasn't. It was easy. It felt right. While perhaps not the most intelligent, their instincts for risk are unparalleled. That became my second task, honing my mind through games of strategy and war simulations, discarding my peaceful heritage to embrace their way of life. Their strength of will is perhaps their greatest trait. Once they adopt an idea, they cling to it with unrelenting determination. I've seen them endure injuries that should have killed them, pressing forward on pure willpower. I didn't need training in this. My hatred for the Ravagers was all I required to drive me forward. My rage became my strength, sharpening my focus and keeping me going when I wanted to collapse. But the most profound lesson I learned was their strength together. The human Marines taught me that the strength of the pack was something more than numbers. It was about coordination, trust, and unity. My platoon adopted me as one of their own, and together we were unstoppable. We fought the Ravagers with human weapons and human tactics. We tore apart the enemy with kinetic rifles and devastated entire areas with fire. It was a bloody war, but every loss only strengthened our bonds. We knew that if any of us fell, our deaths would be avenged tenfold. Despite brushes with death and countless injuries, I survived. My squad mates even called me an honorary human for my refusal to die. I still wear their makeshift honor ribbon made of duct tape and ration cards alongside Mira's dog tags. When we were rotated off the front lines, I learned the true strength of humanity. At a refugee camp similar to the one where I had grown up, we laughed, helped rebuild, and shared what little we had with the refugees. I refereed baseball games, just as Mira had done for me, and watched as joy returned to the faces of those who had lost everything. But of course it couldn't last. The Ravagers came again, and the camp burned before it had the chance to truly grow. I was there, herding children to safety, and like Mira once did, I told them everything would be fine if they just stayed still and quiet. Armed only with a sidearm and makeshift protection, I fought as long as I could, with no intention of surviving. As my body finally gave out, I thought only of the children I had saved and the comrades I had lost. When I closed my eyes, I saw Mira's face again, smiling down at me, and in that moment I knew I was strong. Though I will never know it, my name was engraved alongside the human Marines on the Wall of Heroes. One of my fellow Marines left a note, attached to the remains of my honorary human ribbon, paying tribute to a warrior who fought until the very end. Though I never saw the Wall of Heroes with my own eyes, I have no doubt that it stands somewhere, a testament to the sacrifices of those who fought the Ravagers. My name, engraved alongside the fallen Marines, is not a badge of honor I sought, but rather one I earned through the fire of battle and the bonds we forged. Even now, as I drift between memory and oblivion, I feel the weight of those moments, the gravity of what we faced together. We were more than just soldiers. We were survivors, protectors, and in some way a family that transcended species and background. Each of us carried the weight of worlds lost, the echoes of loved ones taken, and the undying promise that their deaths would not be in vain. When I think back on the endless cycles of war, I don't dwell on the chaos, the destruction, or even the pain. What I remember most are the faces of those who stood by my side, who fought, laughed, and bled with me. Mira, the brash, loudmouthed Marine who never hesitated to show kindness. Kale, the grizzled sergeant who led us with unshakable resolve. Ren Orcs and the others who filled the gaps in my memory with moments of fleeting joy in the face of overwhelming darkness. They are the ones who taught me that strength comes not from the body alone, but from the will to keep fighting, the mind to adapt and overcome, and the heart to hold fast to those you care about. In the end, it was this strength that allowed us to survive, this unity that made us more than the sum of our parts. The Ravagers may have taken much from us planets, homes, lives, but they never took away our spirit. For every world they consumed, we pushed back harder, fought fiercer, and learned to adapt in ways they could never anticipate. It wasn't just about survival, it was about something greater, preserving what little hope remained in a galaxy on the brink of despair. And so as I lay here, my body broken, my breath shallow, I take solace in knowing that I did not fight alone. I fought for those who couldn't, for the ones who believed in something better, and for the countless refugees who depended on us to give them a future. It is a future I will never see, but one I have helped to shape. As the light begins to fade, I can feel the presence of my comrades Mira, Kale, Ren, Orcs. They are with me just as they always were, even in death. They fought alongside me in life, and now they guide me in the final moments of my journey. Humans, they are liars, yes, but they are also something else. They are survivors, they are fighters, and in the end, they are family. The next chapter of this war will be written by those who remain, those young refugees I helped protect, the new recruits who take up the fight, and the countless others who carry on our legacy. But for now, I rest. I have given all I had to give, and in the silence that follows, I find peace. The galaxy will remember us not as the ones who lied, but as the ones who stood against the darkness and refused to be consumed. If you enjoyed this story and want to support us, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. For every comment that says we will heart every single one of them. Thank you for your time.